my some pictures of my mom.
Oh, that's what I wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew you were asking about
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, would you like to turn this light on? Maybe. Let's see.
Let's turn it twice. Yeah.
This is my favorite. This is kind of an old picture. This is my favorite picture.
Who's this?
That's my mom.
Oh,
That's,
your mother.
Paula Cusick.
Well, bless her heart. What does she look like? She doesn't look like it. Well, she's a very pretty gal. Very pretty woman.
Yeah, here's a later picture.
Oh, yeah.
I see a little bit of family resemblance.
Yeah, I do too.
Especially to that picture up there, I think.
That's me. Well, they always said when she was younger, I've heard them say, but I didn't know her say 1934 to come out west. And I've never moved back since. And until I moved to Florida in '64. And yeah, she looks very. Oh, and you remind me of. Oh, that's a lovely picture. So is this. They're all lovely. Very, very pretty. She has gray hair, doesn't she? But how old was she when she died?
Let's see.
60s, in her 60s, did you say?
No, she was only 53.
Only 53?
Yeah, it's really sad.
Well, your granddad was only 52.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? 52 or 53?
I think so.
54, somewhere around there.
Yeah, because he was born in 1898.
I don't know what year he was born, but I know that he was in his 50s when he died.
Yeah.
But you remind me a lot of your grandfather.
Really?
Yeah, your actions and your...
This is your brother.
Well, you know, he was a very happy person, and he was, loved to jump around, you know, and he had a terrific sense of humor. And your actions and everything, you remind me a lot of him.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day when I talked to you. Yeah, this is lovely. Oh, that's too young to die. And then when did Mary marry him?
That was about, it was about 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, how old were you when your mother died?
I was 13.
And you were the oldest?
No, I was the youngest.
Oh, you were the youngest.
My sister is, she...
17 years older. Oh. 27.
Wow.
He was 27 years
old. Now, where did he get malaria?
Well, he was on a camping trip in New Jersey.
Wow.
And of course, you know, they used to say that the mosquitoes in New Jersey, that you could ride on their backs, they were so big. No, that was the story about the malaria in New Jersey. You know, of course, there were a lot of mosquitoes carried malaria. So he was bitten by a mosquito, and of course, you don't know, you know. And that's how he got malaria.
Wow.
And he was a pharmacist. Ralph was. He had gone to college to study pharmacy, and of course your grandfather was the manager of the Travelers Insurance Company, which of course was a very good job for a young man like him at that time. And he was with them until he was. I don't know how he came about that he took the job out here in California. I just don't remember, you know, what took place, whether he just transferred to the other company or what it was. But
now, did anyone in the family fight in the Civil War?
Well, I was next door to me in Castro Valley, and she was all into that Civil War business, and she wanted me to join the Daughters of the American Revolution because she said that she thought that I was entitled to it because there was a Cusick that was in the Civil War that she had found out, and she thought it probably was a relative of my father's, a Cusick. So there's a possibility, but I never looked into it.
You never heard from family stories or anything about people who fought in the Civil War?
No, I never heard from my dad. He never talked much about his family. Of course, there was he had a sister, Jewel, and he had a brother that I knew of that died when he was young. And of course, Aunt Jewel, we knew her all the time, because we knew her whole family. And she was living there. In fact, her husband was a German, and he had a plumbing business, and his name was Ed Roos. Ed had a plumbing company there in Philadelphia, and his oldest son was got to be a big shot in the railroad, Pennsylvania Railroad.
Oh, yeah.
He married a very wealthy girl out the main line. I don't know what her name was. And they had 3 boys and 1 girl, whom I knew, Margaret Roos. She was about my age, same age as she was. Her birthday was in October and mine was in March. We're the same age. And Joe, he was a great guy. I remember Joe very well. And Charlie, named was Charlie. And of course, you knew I had a brother, Charles, too. But I suppose you were named after your father's family, weren't you?
I'm not sure. There wasn't really anyone named Charles in the family. They just liked the name.
Yeah, well, anyway, my youngest brother was Charles. And he was a very, very smart guy, too. He taught engineering at Temple University back in Philadelphia at night after he was married. He was quite young. Very nice guy. He had 3 children, let's see. Yeah, he had 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. I lost track of them too. They didn't ever, I don't know what happened.
They never kept in touch, huh?
Well, then of course I moved out here, see. And it was a long time before I heard from any of them. Now, was there any other questions that you wanted to ask?
Yeah, did anyone ever talk about where in Ireland the ancestors came from?
Where?
What part of Ireland?
I'm trying to think what Kevin found out. I don't remember. I don't remember that Dad ever talked about it, or Mother ever talked. In fact, I'm not sure that there was a possibility that Lawn was an English name, and so there was grandmother's name was Lawn, Hannah C. Lawn, same as mine. I was named after her. Now, Ireland, there was a county called Cusack County in Ireland, C-U-S-A-C-K. And when they came over here, some of them changed it to I-C-K. But when we were first in the phone book, when we first got a phone, I remember we were the only Cusick family in the phone book, Philadelphia phone book.
Wow.
And it was quite a while before they were born Cusick. Whether they just didn't have a phone or not, I don't know. That's a possibility. But I don't know just exactly whether Kevin knows or not. I don't know whether he ever found out about...
Seems like back then when people immigrated, they didn't want to think about the old country at all.
Some of them didn't know. Some of them did, some of them didn't, I guess. Well, there were rough times. You know, the reason they left Ireland, most of the Irish people, is because of the famine there, and the English treated them so badly.
Yeah.
And that was the reason that in fact, the English, I think, are still fighting the revolution.
Yeah, they still can't really get along.
My daughter-in-law, that's why I have problems with her. She's never been very nice to me, but that's okay. I don't mind. I get along with her, and but she never calls me. She never comes over to see me. She never has. She's been married to Paul for 30 years. In fact, she told me right after she was married that she didn't ever want to call me mother. I said, well, it's fine. I'll say, it's okay with me. But I better not say anything.
Oh, don't worry, they'll never.
I shouldn't be talking like that. I shouldn't say it. But was there any other questions you wanted to ask me?
Oh gosh, let's see. Oh well, they'll pop up.
Yeah, because there was something. That's something I wanted to find out too about where in Ireland that they came from.
Well, you know what I want to look into is they have lists from all the ships that came in from Ireland.
Yeah.
And in Philadelphia, they kept records of each ship that came in and the list of passengers.
Yes. Well, there's one thing. Oh, yeah. There's one thing I can tell you then about ships. Now, it was during the, was it the Spanish-American War? That, I don't remember the year of that. I used to remember the year, but I'm not sure of the year.
Was it 1898?
1898? It was in the 1800s sometime. Well, there was a Spanish ship that was wrecked off the coast of Ireland, and they intermarried with the Irish. And that's where my dad's mother's name came from. Her name was either Collins or Costello or something like that. And that's where the Spanish came in, because my dad always used to tell me that I was the only one in the family that had the darker skin. I had, like, all the other gals had, like, the Irish, you know, the
very pale, fair skin.
Fair. And mine was a little darker like his. He had a sort of an olive complexion. And he always said that I was the only one that looked like him. And so, of course, that's all I know about that. But apparently they did come from someplace in Ireland. I mean, you know, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But where the county was, where the county Cusick was, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I saw an article about that in the San Francisco Examiner one time, many years ago, when I was reading the paper, and it verified the fact that there was a county Cusick.